What is going on, everybody? It's your boys, Tony, Nick, and John, here on the Locker Room Rant. Welcome, and please hit subscribe down below. Hit the bell for notifications so you can watch us live. And week one in the books of the NFL season. Before we get to the week one NFL and on to week two, we have to say R.I.P., rest in peace, Norm McDonald, comedy great, one of the best to do it. He's had a certain style to him and died today, I think the age of 61.
61. Had cancer, nobody knew it for 10 years.
Awesome guy. He'll be loved, missed by all. So rest in peace, Norm McDonald, and hopefully we can give you guys a good show tonight. Make it entertaining. Sunday night we did a week one recap show. Had a bunch of guests on. That's up on our page if you want to take a look at that. We did not have Nico on that show, but we got Nico on tonight. So Nico's going to give us some update about his Cleveland Browns. John's got the Cleveland Browns going in the background there, so we can
watch in case he wanted to relive the misery that he brought to Cleveland.
Yeah,
it is.
What? Go ahead.
So I guess we'll start talking about the Browns. I'm at the point with the Browns where I don't want to rely on moral victories. There are no moral victories. A loss is a loss at this point. We're good enough. We should win games. That being said, if you watch that game, we're the better team on that field. We just are. We're the better team on that field. We made a couple costly mistakes. You can't make those mistakes. You can't make those mistakes and win a game, especially against a team like the Chiefs. You cannot do it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers did that in the Super Bowl. They would have lost too. But we were the better team. We were dominant for 3 quarters. I can take solace in that. I feel they will learn from their mistakes, and we're going to have an awesome season. There wasn't much to dislike except our freaking punter muffing the ball, but he doesn't have a history of doing that. I don't think that's going to be something that we're going to have to monitor in the future. So the Browns played very, very well. Baker was on point, played a nearly flawless game. I don't hold that last pass against him. Time wasn't on his side. He was trying to throw the ball away, just got hit at the wrong time. It happens.
Well, you should, because he blew it.
Our running game was on point. Our defense played well against one of the best offenses in the league. So I was happy with the way the Browns played. I just didn't. The turnovers bit us in the ass. We have to clean that up.
You had to be happy with pretty much the whole game. The Chubb fumble and the muffed punt lost them the game. There was
the muffed punt was the thing though. Like a running back is going to fumble at some point in time in the season. Chubb doesn't have a history of fumbling. It was an inopportune time to fumble, but a muffed punt that hit him right in the hands. He's got to catch that. And he's got to punt it away.
You can't have mistakes and beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
You got to play. You got to be fundamentally sound.
Yeah, I think that game came down to really 2 plays, and it's the Chubb fumble and the muffed punt. Yep. You cannot have that against the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Or they will get you. They will get you.
They'll get you, and they did get us. But we were the more dominant team on that field. I mean, you can't tell me otherwise. And we're not going to play the Kansas City Chiefs every week. Eventually we will. I believe that. Eventually it's going to come down to that. But we're going to have a really good team this year.
Yes.
I thought Anthony Schwartz.
Oh, he was awesome.
Played awesome.
Dynamic speed.
First game in the NFL, and he came out, brought it.
He's a weapon.
He looked really good.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
The one thing I didn't understand is they came out on their very first drive.
Mhm.
They drove down the field really with Baker to Hooper.
Yep.
And then Hooper didn't have another target, I don't think, the rest of the game. Maybe one more target.
I mean, Hooper's kind of in the mold of like a Heath Miller kind of. He's more of a blocker than he's a receiver, but he can be an outlet safety valve for a quarterback. Really, I mean, your pass catchers at tight end are going to be Njoku and I can't remember his name. He's the rookie that we had last year.
Hooper came out and
he got a couple.
Hooper's a pass catcher. What are you talking about?
Not according to Nick. He's not.
So is Heath Miller. Heath Miller was a pass catcher, but you're talking about guys that are going to get like 400 or 500 yards a season. He can catch the ball. He's very good at catching the ball, but he's also very good at blocking, which is primarily what they're using him for.
I just thought it was strange that it worked so well on the very first drive, and then they completely went away from him. And I'm not going to sit here and nitpick and say if they kept going to Austin Hooper, they would have won the game.
Baker completed 21 of 28 passes. He did very good.
He also gave it up during the 2-minute drill.
There wasn't a 2-minute drill because they didn't have 2 minutes.
You get the point. You get the point. He
gave
it up
a minute 30 drill.
So what? It's a drive, and it was first down, and you use that. You try to build momentum, and you try
don't
to
win all of those, John. You don't win all of those.
Failed because
you don't win all of those.
He's not elite yet.
He's not elite. He had a minute 30. He had a minute 30. I'm not saying he's elite, but he had a minute 30 with. I don't think he had any timeouts left. He might have had one. Okay.
We played a near flawless game.
You don't win all those.
You know what? Here's the thing about the Browns and the Chiefs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Both are built differently, I think, in some ways. Like Mahomes can carry the load. Like you can't afford to make mistakes, but they can make many mistakes and still make up.
What mistakes did they fucking make?
They were down 20 points, jackass.
Okay, but what mistakes did they make? The Browns were just better.
They didn't stop
what mistakes did they make?
I don't know. They didn't stop.
What turnover did they have? What field goal did they miss? What punt did they muff?
They didn't score.
Did they throw? I don't think that's making a mistake.
Oh shit!
I don't think that's making a mistake. Mistakes. What offensive holding calls really hurt them? What big pass interference call did they have? What mistake did they make? They were just a team playing football. They played fundamentally sound football.
They fell behind. They did not put points
because we were kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah, and you lost.
Yeah. But you're making this excuse. You're making this argument. You're making this argument that Kansas City can make a whole bunch of mistakes and win. No, they can't. They made mistakes. We would have won that game.
Dude, you're fucking wrong. I've seen Kansas City make mistakes.
They fall behind. What mistake did they make?
No, I just made a comment.
I'm asking you. I told you made a statement. You
made a statement. Pull it out. Give yourself some breathing room because you're getting loud. Chill out, dude. Okay. I said that I made a statement that they can make mistakes and they fall behind. They were behind in a lot of games and still came back and won from the backside. Bro, they can afford to make mistakes. Teams that play them cannot make mistakes.
I'm telling you, they didn't make a mistake last night. They didn't make a mistake on Sunday.
They had cost.
In my opinion, they made mistakes.
Because every game has penalties. You're not going to go penalty-less in a game. I'm saying
they had costly penalties. Mr. Rogers down here.
Field goal in the red zone.
Sure. Yeah, they did have a few costly penalties, but they didn't have any turnovers. The Browns fuck-ups were fuck-ups. They had mistakes.
Yeah.
I think they showed that they're for real. But like you said, at this point, there's no moral victories.
No moral victories. You got to win games. There is one bitch I do have about the Browns, and it's a bitch that I have about just about every team in the league. Really. So it's another game we're going to talk about, the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh always blitzes, and they always have a good defense. I don't know why teams, especially the Browns, who have the personnel to do it, why they refuse to just throw the freaking house at teams and let the quarterback make plays. Like, essentially force the quarterback to make plays. For some reason, teams just look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and they're like, oh, okay, that's the way Pittsburgh does things. And they refuse to maybe watch tape and try to emulate it a little bit. I'm sick and tired of watching our four-man front basically try and have all this, basically do the pass rush themselves, and no linebackers are going in, no safeties are going in, you're not throwing any quarterback blitzes. You gotta be creative with that stuff. Joe Woods is really, really having a simplistic defense, and it's not doing us any favors.
You want to blitz Mahomes?
Yes, I do. I want to blitz Mahomes, okay. just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did, and they won.
He's probably the one quarterback that I wouldn't blitz entirely, because if
blitz you every day, they're never not going to blitz you. And they have, in the past 20 years, they have a bunch of Super Bowls.
They had a fumble by Chubb. They had a muffed punt and a ridiculous play to Tyreek Hill. I really believe they played good enough to win that game. And I believe they should have won. But like you said, no moral victories, and this is supposed to be a different Browns team. I just hope there's no carryover from this.
I don't think there will be. I think they'll pound the Texans, which we will talk about. We will talk about that too.
The Texans. Oh, I don't know if there's going to be any pounding the Texans. That point spread's like 12.5. I think that's what that. Have the Browns ever in the history been favored by 12.5 points against anybody?
I don't think they've been favored by 12.5 in the last 25 years.
No. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't even think they'd be favored by 12.5 if they played Alabama.
I think it would be.
All right, so week one's in the books. I do want to ask, out of all the games you saw, out of all the teams you saw, whose hype train are you hopping on? We're gonna hop on the hype train real quick.
Oh
Hold on. That was my bad. That was a little much there. Maybe I got to find a new hype train tune. Whose hype train are you guys hopping on? I saw a lot of people hopping on the Saints, a lot of people hopping on the Cardinals, a lot of people hopping on different teams. Did you guys see a team out there? Maybe it was flying under the radar a little bit, or maybe a team that wasn't flying under the radar that was supposed to be good and they exceeded your expectations. Is there a team that you're hopping on the hype train? Let's hear from you first, John.
No, I think week one is a weird week, man. And I'm not hyping on. I'll wait. I'll probably let me see another week of football before I choose a hype train. But for now, week one is it's weird, dude. It's weird. It's a weird ass thing. It bothers me. I'm not a fan of week one. Week one for my team nearly put me in a hospital. Blood pressure was like 180 over 110.
If you had a gun to your head and you were forced to pick someone on the hype train for week one,
dude,
Nick,
I don't know, man. Probably the Rams, and it pains me to say that because it's a divisional rival. But I'd probably say the Rams because I wanted Stafford. I believe in Stafford. I think he's sweet.
So I have a couple ways of looking at that question. If you're asking me what team I think was getting hyped that I thought they were good, but I didn't think they were like necessarily Super Bowl contenders, I would probably say the Saints, because the Saints, I mean, they punished Green Bay. I've never seen Aaron Rodgers have that bad of a game. They absolutely destroyed them. You destroy Green Bay like that, I mean, that's a Super Bowl contender also. If you destroy Green Bay like that, then you got to be. I mean, maybe they had a good week, but you got to be up there in the consideration. I'll even do this. The Houston Texans. I thought they were going to be a 0-win team. I did. I thought they were void of talent. I thought there's no way they could win. And I honestly, I didn't give them a chance to win against the Jaguars. But they absolutely destroyed the Jaguars. I thought the Jaguars were a better team. I thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be an upgrade at quarterback. I thought Robinson was going to have a field day running the ball. But the Houston Texans put it on them. A team that I didn't think was going to be good at all, that people were hyping, that I think might actually be good, is the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys hung in there with Tampa Bay. That's the Super Bowl champs right there. They're probably among the top 3 or 4 teams in the league. And they played extremely well.
Mike McCarthy was the downfall.
Their wide receivers are dynamic. CeeDee Lamb's freaking sweet.
No moral victories. No moral victories in this league, buddy.
It's not, but they played very well. They played very well.
And I put that loss on McCarthy.
I can even go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I gave them no chance to win against the Buffalo Bills, and I still don't think they're as good as the Browns.
You get the whole fucking league on your hype train, huh?
They might be better. They might be better than
just name 31 teams.
They might be better. They might be better. They might be better than the Ravens with all the Ravens injuries, but yeah, I mean the Steelers. They played in Buffalo, right?
Oh yeah.
They came to Buffalo and they took them down.
I've actually been on the Pittsburgh Steelers hype train since for the whole offseason. I've been telling you guys every single show. I've been telling you guys this team's for real. I don't know why people are sleeping on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, all the weapons they have on offense, and that crazy ass defense that fucking murdered us. They murdered us. And we have one of the best offenses in the fucking football, in all of football. And they just crushed us.
Yeah, but can their offensive line, which has been suspect, can it maintain for 17 weeks?
You know how you beat a bad offensive line? If you're a team and you have a bad offensive line, all you have to really do is have quicker passes, shorter passes. And they have all kinds of weapons for Ben to get those quick passes out to. And the defense looks unworldly. They look like the number one defense in football. And again, it was week 1. I don't want to jump to conclusions. I don't want to crown their asses. But people were sleeping, and you saw what happened week 1. That's all I'm going to say.
Scott wants to know, are you worried about Josh Allen?
Not after 1 week. I'm not worried about anything. I think we ran into a sleeping giant, and we woke their asses up, and they came to play, and I think it was the 6.5 point spread was, first of all, disrespectful to Pittsburgh. And I just think I knew I had that game circled week 1, and I was not counting that as one of our victories for this year. I really thought Pittsburgh was going to come in, give us a very tough game, and they ended up exceeding my expectations of them. and probably a lot of people's expectations. And all I'm saying is I'm on the Pittsburgh Steelers hype train. It was a good game.
I'm saying don't look past them.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how Havoc is dealing with his Tennessee Titans loss, but the Cardinals came in and whooped their asses.
I called that game.
Cardinals came in and whooped some ass. So I'm on the Cardinals hype right now. Philadelphia, like I said on our Sunday wrap-up show, Philadelphia looked good, but Falcons are on the clock, buddy. They're getting that number one pick. I don't know who they're taking.
No, they're not getting the number one pick. The Jaguars are getting the number one pick.
I say the Falcons will get the number one pick. I watched that game.
Definitely top three. Definitely top three.
Had a lot of fantasy players in that game on both sides, and wow, Matt Ryan and that offense looked terrible, and that defense. Hurts might be the real deal, man. I mean, again, they were going against the Falcons, but
yeah, it's like I said about Hurts. I think he's going to have that same success that all pretty good running quarterbacks have. But it's capped. His ceiling is capped. Like, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with that guy.
Okay. You guys want to get to this week's? You guys want to get to this week's games?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's up, 49ers Chanel? Good to have you.
Chanel.
I haven't seen Havoc in the chat yet, and I'm scared. I'm scared that Havoc's not with us.
I messaged him to make sure everything was cool, man. I haven't heard from him, so we'll see. All right. But before we go any further, I do have a question for Nick. What game did you feel was the biggest upset this week?
Biggest upset?
Did you see an upset?
It's not even a question.
Which one?
Houston, Texas versus Jacksonville.
Not the
Saints, buddy.
No, not the Saints. I was gonna say Philly versus
Atlanta.
Philly, bro, real quick. Atlanta.
I think I had Philly winning.
Yeah, we all picked Philly to win.
Okay.
Straight up.
I mean, the Saints, you could say the Saints and Packers because I didn't expect the Packers. I don't know who I had that game. I might have had the Packers. But either way, I thought there was a chance that the Saints could win. But I know in no way, shape, or form did I think that they would punish the Packers. But I 100% thought the Jaguars were going to beat the Texans because I thought the Texans were that bad. Really, the Texans were bad last year, and they got rid of every player who was good. They basically have nobody except for like Brandon Cooks.
Got Tyrod Taylor, buddy.
They dusted off Tyrod Taylor, which reminds me. You think Cam Newton would have done good that game? I told you, Tyrod Taylor is probably better at this stage in their career.
Leave Cam alone.
Tony, you really like Cam, huh?
No.
Oh,
remember, I told you I hate the way he chooses gum.
Yeah, that's right.
Geez, John. Tell you what, me and Nick, I got a secret for you, John. While you were having a heart attack in the back of the ambulance, me and Nick were fucking talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were like, what do you think he's doing right now? Is he killing someone right now?
I was pissed.
You were at work, right?
I stayed back. I stayed home for a little longer. I had hoped that they could maintain themselves for just a little longer. I locked myself in my office when I got there. Things started getting out of hand. I shut the fucking lights off, and I sat in the dark, and I watched it on my iPad. And one of my employees opens the door and is like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, not right now. I'm watching the Niners right now. Please just take care of it. Oh, all right, cool. Do you want me to turn on the light? No. Leave me in the fucking dark. Things are melting down. And when he closed the fucking door, I locked it. I locked the deadbolt, and I sat there and I watched shit fall apart.
I texted John. I was like, congratulations, buddy. And his response was, fuck you. I was I'm wishing you congratulations. Good game. He's like, go fuck yourself.
I was absolutely I was trying to keep Izzy contained. Like I was calming Izzy down because she was freaking out. And I was like trying to calm her down because it was just like the right thing to do at the time. Because I thought if I don't calm somebody else down, I'm going to start punching holes in the drywall here. And I sat in this room, bro, and I watched this TV. And I kid you not, there were moments where I was so close to the TV. Like I was like nose to nose with my nose was touching the screen. And I was screaming as if they might hear me.
Well, let me ask you something. As a 49ers fan, I don't get to watch all the I just don't watch all the 49ers games, obviously. You as a 49ers fan, you watch the games, and really, I could probably say the only two games I remember recently watching of theirs was this past Detroit game in the Super Bowl. And I'm wondering, is there any type of pattern? Because as an outsider looking in, does Kyle Shanahan, is he shitty at coaching like in the fourth quarter? Like, is there a pattern of this, or is this just like an anomaly that he gives up leads and kind of I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well,
it's not a pattern that he has.
No, I mean, I know where you're going with this, but I guess Jimmy hasn't been healthy, so we've only had one good season out of Jimmy. So 2019 was a good season, right? But 49er fans hold on to that like it was yesterday, and we're just not the same team, and I've just erased that from my mind. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of 2019. I don't want to talk about 2019. But Kyle has this. He tries to do dumb shit, and I don't know why. Like he put Trey Lance in 3rd and 20. The fuck did you do that for? What did you expect him to do?
Yeah, I feel like
you set him up for failure.
Does he try to get too cute?
He can be listen. He can be ego driven. He can be ego driven, and it's. I'm not going to hate him for it, but sometimes I think he doesn't get what he deserves when he makes a poor decision. But again, it's not my place to say that. So the Niner fans go to Twitter and they just air it out, and everybody just kind of says what they have to say because it's divided. It's divided. I don't know, bro. It's too. I need more winning seasons out of Kyle Shanahan to really be able to tell you that.
I see a lot of people saying that like Kyle doesn't take his foot, like put his foot on the throat and like or go for the throat, put people away. I actually think it's more of Kyle Shanahan just thinking he's smarter than everyone else and making and overthinking decisions and making the wrong ones.
It's so weird because his coaching style, I feel like his coaching style and his play calling is conservative as a game goes on. His first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, I feel like he has that conservative coaching style and play calling to where it really translates to all four quarters. You could play. He coaches the same. He should be coaching the same in the first quarter as he does in the fourth quarter.
I know what you see, bro. You're right, but what you're seeing is Jimmy can't fucking read defenses. He can't set protections. He doesn't know how to be a field general. He's a one read fucking quarterback, bro. Kyle literally schemes everything up for Jimmy to be successful. So it looks conservative because he's held back by goddamn Jimmy's gameplay. We're held back, you know? Trey Lance is smarter and has a higher ceiling to be somewhat dominating in this thing.
I thought that was the strong point of Jimmy's game, was that he was a cerebral quarterback.
No, Jimmy is not cerebral by any means of the fucking imagination. He's about as cerebral as Tom Brady can run a 40 at a 4.3. It's not real. It's irrelevant. Jimmy is a one-read quarterback, bro. Kyle cannot fully develop or fully expand his play calling because Jimmy holds us back.
Let me ask you something. Jimmy, was Shanahan there before Jimmy?
Yes.
So he went out. He went out and got Jimmy.
Yeah, John Lynch got Jimmy at the end of 2017. He played 5 games for us at the end of 2017, and we won those games. And then they were like, "Yay!" And then they threw $100 million contract at him.
Was Shanahan there when on that season?
Yeah.
So why doesn't he?
Are you sure that wasn't
Shanahan was there when it happened?
Okay, I thought
God damn it. Shanahan was there. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan.
I thought that was the year they went like they were really shitty, and then
you don't have to finish that sentence because he was there.
Okay.
You don't even have to finish the sentence, bro.
No.
Shanahan was there. You're not going to change history because you think so. He was fucking there, and it pisses me off because
you would know. You would know. I was just making sure. That's it.
Oh my God.
Let me just tell you guys something, okay? I fully supported Jimmy at one point. I was all in. I got his jerseys. I bought it in red, white, camouflage, black, fucking you name it, okay? I fully support my quarterback because we were winning, and I liked it. But it took me some time to really fully understand what other people saw that I was fucking missing. So I indulged in more and more content. I read, I watched, rinse and fucking repeat. And it became evident to me. And I made great friends like my brother in the chat, Dion over here. And we chopped it up many, many times since the fall of the Super Bowl. And on Rombo's show, we discussed it. Caller after fucking caller, it's divided. There are Jimmy fans and there are not Jimmy fans. It's just that simple.
My question is, if Shanahan has a certain coaching style and Jimmy holds him back from his play calling abilities, why the fuck wouldn't they go get a different quarterback?
That's what I'm saying.
You already got Jimmy. You're all in on Jimmy. He's still making $20 million right now.
Yeah,
he wasn't when they first got him.
Wasn't Jared Goff?
I don't want to talk about Jared Goff. I want to set the record straight here on Shanahan, bro.
I'm just saying.
What
wasn't
about
Jared Goff making a whole bunch of money, and they were like,
Kyle, listen,
Goff, fuck out of here.
Jimmy G played 5 games for San Francisco at the end of 2017. Okay.
Then he got his big payday.
Then in the offseason, they paid him a big over $100 million.
And my question is why, when he was restricting Shanahan's playbook,
he blew his ACL he blew his ACL that year.
Yeah, but
in Kansas City.
But Tony's asking you, it should have been apparent that he wasn't the type of quarterback that Kyle Shanahan needed. So why didn't they go get another one?
Please, Nick, please listen to me. We paid him. He blew his knee out in the 3rd game of the following season in 2018. He blew out his knee. ACL done, right?
So was he like a scrambling quarterback and that limited him?
Now you're onto something. There was some mobility in him because he was doing this vanilla playbook. He didn't know Shanahan's playbook yet. So we were just scripting plays for him. He rolled out before the injury. He did roll out. He rolled out very good. He was actually very good rolling out. The knee happens. He's not so good anymore, right? In 2019, he wasn't rolling out, very little. But Shanahan was carrying Jimmy's gameplay. He was scheming these very short passes. They were just like in this, like they're just like slants and rolling out, throwing to the running back, throwing to Kyle Juszczyk, and they were very intermediate passes that were just extending the run. We were throwing behind the line of scrimmage a lot. Debo, just a lot of. If I had one of those little charts that like showed you it was just everything was like right back here and then this way. And he did it even against the Lions. It was just short intermediate passes, just these short passes, bro. That Kyle's very good at offensive play calling, right? He will, if you do your job correctly, there is always someone open in his scheme. Period. All right, or at least they're supposed to be. So Jimmy just doesn't deliver the long ball worth the fuck. Okay. Hence the Super Bowl, he overthrew E-Man Sanders, right? So let's rewind this back. So you're asking, why is he there? Well, we paid him over $100 million. He blew out his knee. We make a Super Bowl run. We have an opportunity in the offseason, and we're flirting with other quarterbacks at this time. Tom Brady, who else? I don't remember. We were talking about, I forget.
Matt
Maybe
Stafford, Matt Ryan.
No.
It was 2 years ago, he's saying.
Oh, okay.
The Stafford, that was this offseason. And Aaron Rodgers, there were whispers about, this, that, and the other, trading the third pick and some other capital. And you could possibly, but I got roasted for that shit. So anyway, we flirt in the offseason after the Super Bowl loss with Tom Brady. Help me out in the chat here, guys. There may have been another, I can't remember, but nonetheless, the organization decides that they're going to stick it out with Jimmy, primarily because nobody else wanted him. All right. They had high expectations that he would be worth like a second round pick. Jimmy's not worth a second fucking round pick, at least not right now. If Jimmy plays like he did against the Lions up into the trade deadline, there may be a third on the table at most. Okay. But they wanted to stick it out with Jimmy. So Jimmy sucks butt cheek dust somewhere in the first few games of the season. He sucks. Rolls his ankle against the Jets. And it just, everything just went to shit, bro. Like I'm drawing blanks right now, but like we struggled in 2020. We struggled with 3 fucking quarterbacks, Jimmy coming in, going out, Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard, and it just sucked. Everything just sucked. So here we are now. We can't get rid of Jimmy. We walk into 2021 with the idea that we're going after a starting quarterback. We traded up to number 3 to get Trey Lance, right? Now Trey's developing. Personally, and to most of us and everyone in the chat's going to agree that whatever Jimmy does now, Trey Lance can do also. Because it's very just cupcake shit. It's very intermediate.
It sounds like it. I mean, it sounds like from everything you're saying, Jimmy sucks.
He doesn't.
He's not very athletic. He can't read. He can't read defenses.
Sounds like it's Trey Lance time.
Put me in cold. I'm ready to play today.
But listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that Jimmy's trash because with very intelligent, we have Alex Mack, right, from Atlanta. He's our center. This guy's calling protections. He sees shit that Jimmy doesn't have to, and that goes for the rest of the line too. We don't have enough IQ on the offensive line to make up for, let's say, Alex Mack's absence. God forbid. He sees like Weston Richburg, which is irrelevant to you guys. You guys don't know who he is. Very smart center. Again, calls out a lot of the protections, sees shit, and takes a lot off of the quarterback's play. Now you can focus on the play and finding the open receiver, right? So Alex Mack was doing that against Detroit. He's calling out these protections. He's changing shit, and everybody is just like This guy is fucking smart. So now, like guys like Lakeland Tomlinson don't have to think about any of these fucking anything other than the physicality of playing the position. Just fucking do your fucking job. And that's why the offensive line against Detroit was phenomenal. They were fucking great.
I mean,
And Jimmy stuck in there and made throws and didn't panic and didn't have happy feet and didn't fucking throw picks. He had a 314-yard passing game with no interceptions. And for us, that's a goddamn celebration.
Yeah, John, you're going off the rails. We're coming with you. It's fun. There's 17 comments.
Who wanted to know? And
I got more.
It.
I got more questions. I'm interested in this, and I like when you're fired up. 17 comments up there. Can you guys?
I'm going through them right now. My bad, guys. I went on a rant.
You went on a locker room rant. Hit subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell.
I will say that the Lions defense is kind of Swiss cheese. That if you were to ask me one team that I was disappointed in, it'd be the Lions.
Really? Because they came out fucking. They came out fighting what is supposed to be one of the top 5 defenses in the league right now. Okay, they came out like Dan Campbell wanted to fucking eat kneecaps, and he took Jason Verrett's kneecap, Mostert's kneecap, some groins, some ankles. I mean, we fucking fought.
It's only week 1, but I'd be really concerned about that front 7 because I watched that game and I actually watched the highlights of that game, and they ran all over you guys.
Yeah, Izzy, you're right. That's true. But I mean, that right there is she's right, but there's so much more to it that I just think that, we don't have a quarterback room worth fucking bragging about. It's Jimmy and it's Trey Lance, and it's an unproven Sudfeld. So I mean, they weren't gonna just move on from Jimmy and risk it all because we have a lot of 1-year contracts in place to try to make this quote unquote run. And the window is this ajar. It's small.
I'll tell you what, if I was a Niners fan, and again, outsider looking in, you're my only connection to the 49ers. As an outsider looking in, I'm really wondering if I was a 49ers fan, would I have been happy giving up all that draft capital to move up to number 3 to take an unproven kid when we really have a quarterback that took us to the Super Bowl just 2 years ago? It seems like forever ago.
Yes. But it's unless you're on the inside as a fan, you won't understand the deficiencies that Jimmy G has. Aside from his inability to stay healthy, which I mean, that's controversial because
you can go get a cheap Ryan Fitzpatrick to be his backup, a cheap Mitchell Trubisky to be his backup. You can get backups that would be serviceable to Jimmy G for when he gets hurt, because it's probably going to happen. But to give up, especially when you went through a 2020 season with all those injuries and you need depth. I mean, you need depth. If you're the 49ers, you need depth more now than you ever did. And going through that 2020 season and to give up all that draft capital, to give it all up for an unproven number 3 pick, when that's really one of our best positions on the team is quarterback, that just took you to a Super Bowl 2 years ago. I'm questioning that move as a fan. Now, don't get me wrong. Trey Lance can come in, be the next Mahomes, take you guys to 10 Super Bowls. Or he could have set your organization back 5 years. You don't know. And having a proven quarterback that just took you to the Super Bowl in 2019.
Yeah, but he's not proven yet because he's deficient.
Who?
I mean, he took you to the Super Bowl.
He took you to a Super Bowl.
Some might argue that that he rode the defense to the Super Bowl.
I mean, he probably did.
He didn't throw the ball in the NFC Championship game against Green Bay. If you remember that,
Tom
Mostert
Brady
ran for like 280 yards or
Also-
some crazy shit.
He also didn't make a mistake.
Who?
For Tom Brady's first 3 Super Bowls, he rode the defense. And then
I mean,
now
but Tom
the
Brady
GOAT.
can throw the football. And Tom Brady can read defenses. He can see shit.
Originally,
He makes reads. Jimmy doesn't read. He throws the ball to a linebacker and there's a pick. There's just things that Jimmy does that he's consistently bad at. But then there's good things that he does, but they're flashes. They're not consistent. They're just not consistent. And his health prevented him from really proving anything in 2018, right? Because the knee. And then in 2020, the ankle was fucking hanging. You know, he had a high ankle that was bad, you know, and we forced him back on it anyway, and he injured it more. And then that, you know, you can question who to blame for that. But at the end of the day, bro, Jimmy was given the bag way too soon. We had a 5-game sample size, and we smacked him in the fucking head with a Brinks truck, you know, and he just wasn't proven to be worth that kind of money, because with that kind of money,
I don't think he would have stayed if it wasn't for that contract. And if he didn't stay, he probably wouldn't be in the Super Bowl that year.
I mean, he was dangled out on the end of a fucking fishing pole after 2019, as if he hadn't accomplished anything. The way that they handled Jimmy is the reason why they can't get any value out of him. Take his injuries away. The way that your front,
you do realize you were very close to a Super Bowl victory.
Tony, do you really want to take me down this fucking path right now?
Plays.
I don't.
I mean, this is it's brutal, bro. 2 Super Bowls in 10 years, bro. It's brutal for me. I mean, I speak for everyone, bro. It's brutal. It's a hard conversation to have, and there are deficiencies. It was Jimmy's deficiencies. Once Kansas City stacked that box, we could no longer establish the run anymore. We just couldn't. So now we're relying on Jimmy's arm with some fucking holds.
I actually take. I would argue the contrary. I think you guys were running the ball efficiently, even when Kansas City was stacking the box.
All right, we're getting off the fucking rails.
I think we took Debo out of the game, and Mostert we couldn't establish much of a run. But I believe that if we made a mistake somewhere, we did not use Debo properly. It was bad. All right. The offensive line had some faults. If it was this offensive line in that Super Bowl, things might have been different.
Ooh, might have been a bowl. They were offered a second after the Super Bowl, and Kyle vetoed it.
Okay, but I mean, when he looked back in his fucking QB room, he saw fucking number 4 and CJ Beathard. There was I'll never understand. I'll never understand why Kyle kept him, when so much of the speculation is that Kyle doesn't like Jimmy because he's holding Kyle back. He's holding back the entire team. Okay. Now, Jimmy's gone next year. Doesn't matter what happens this year, Jimmy's gone. Okay. And it'll be Trey Lance's turn to be the 3rd pick overall and to develop and we're going to use him in packages this year. So it's not going to be like, he's not going to be like, you know, deer in headlights, but I mean, it is what it is, you know, like
he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons, right? When they lost to the Patriots.
He was.
That's the biggest choke job of all time.
He was the head coach when they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
I smell choke job.
Choke artist.
You know what? You're
Choke artist.
You guys are completely. You guys are within the right.
Walk like a duck.
You're within your right. You're within your right to make that. But Kyle, to be fair, Kyle has not had a comp. I mean, he's had a decent quarterback here, but Kyle needs a chance to really open up the playbook with somebody that's versatile. mobile,
Walks like a
with
dog.
a good arm, with a
Sure,
solid
sure,
arm,
and a moose.
and
Nick,
accuracy.
Nick, enough with the dog seat, dickhead.
I mean, look, it's Trey Lance is Kyle's ideal quarterback. Okay, that's what we hear. That's what we're drawing up from all this. So without going any further into it, if you guys want to touch base on this at the end of the show, we should probably move forward because my blood pressure is sky high.
All I'm gonna say is,
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play today.
put him in, put Trey Lance in. Let's see what this number 3 overall pick can do.
I think John
Moving on.
I think John Fogerty is a big.
That's true,
copyright.
Scott. I mean, that's true. There you go.
We're
right.
definitely gonna get digged on that one.
Let's get the hell out of here with these 49ers.
Monday
This turned
night.
into a damn 49ers chat. All right, let's go through the list of week number 2 games, starting with Thursday. Giants.
You know what?
Are we going to talk about Ravens Raiders?
Yeah, you don't want to talk about Ravens Raiders real quick?
Go ahead. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
All right. Awesome game. Man, Derek Carr is like, he's a
I fucking
schizophrenic-
hate. Can I just say I fucking hate that guy?
He's
I
just a
hate that
schizophrenic
guy.
quarterback.
He
He
just
doesn't know
looks like
whether
an asshole.
he doesn't know whether he wants to be terrible or decent. Like he was missing throws all day, and then all of a sudden he just turns it on and starts completing passes. It makes no sense.
If he threw the ball to Darren Waller one more fucking time, I was gonna lose my. And I have Darren Waller in
And then he
2
had like
fantasy
20
leagues.
targets. Yeah, but he kept missing them.
When I think about it, the Ravens actually played good defense on Darren Waller because I think he went 10 for 20. I think he caught 10 out of 20 targets.
Yep.
But Baltimore triple team Darren Waller, and Carr will shit his pants and not know what to do.
Yeah, but I think they ended up doing that.
Throwing. He kept throwing. It was unbelievable. Every play with the Darren Waller. That finish was pretty crazy. I mean, they gave the game to Baltimore. I felt like on that one on the play that ended the game where everyone went out and started shaking hands, and then they brought everyone back and said, "No, ball's on the 1 yard line." For some, I don't know. Inside of me, I was like, they're going to get some type of penalty and get moved back, and they're not going to end this game. Sure as shit. First down, they tried to quarterback sneak. Carr got stopped. Second down, their rookie, I think Leatherwood false start, moved them back, and then the interception came. Said, here we go. Lamar Jackson time. Raiders stepped up, played some defense. I think they got a strip sack, right, from Nassib.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got the ball. I think maybe the first play after threw that bomb to who was it? Zay Jones. Is that his name?
Yep.
And they pulled out the victory. So kudos to the Raiders. And what are your guys' thoughts on that game? Did you watch? Nick, you watched, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, Lamar Jackson, the amount of criticism Baker Mayfield gets, and everyone considers Lamar Jackson like so much better than him. Lamar Jackson had multiple opportunities to win that game, didn't do it. He had multiple opportunities to win that game, didn't do it. Yet, Baker Mayfield plays great the whole game, is forced to go down a minute 30 and throws an interception, and people want to say, oh, Baker Mayfield just doesn't have it in him.
Against the best team in the league, mind you, with Baker.
Yeah, and the Baltimore Ravens were playing the freaking Raiders. So yeah, I don't think the Raiders are going to be that great. Like I said, I think I'm putting the Steelers above them in the AFC North.
John,
That's pretty much it.
you're muted.
John,
I was tending to something. Apparently I have upset of a former 49er viewer about my rant. Go on. It's all right. Go ahead.
What your thoughts on the Monday night game?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. It was a great game. Derek Carr clearly came to play because I really didn't realize that I guess I never paid attention to the Raiders much because it's like a bad Bay Area rival. So I was actually pretty impressed by his gameplay. I thought like they handled the game pretty well. I thought that Baltimore won the game, but apparently they did not. That throw that throw into the end zone that bounced off of one pass went through Snead's hands, right? Was that a pick? That was an interception, right? The one that went through his hands in the end zone.
It bounced off somebody's helmet at the end.
That was Baltimore though. It bounced? No, it bounced off of. Dude, I know that it bounced up into the air.
It was intended for Snead.
It was intended for Snead. The Ravens get possession, drive down the field, and then he fumbles, right?
Yeah.
And Derek Carr finds an open. What's that kid's name?
Zay Jones.
Jones. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Very good. Very good game. I enjoyed it.
Any takeaways, or you just good?
Yeah.
Nick, you're such a fucking prick.
I guess my takeaway from the game is Derek Carr bailed out John Gruden because I still think he's a shitty coach and doesn't know what he's doing half the time. And I don't know. I mean, it's week one. I guess I just show me more. Show me consistency. The Raiders don't do much of that. So show me more. Week one was very weak. It was weak. It was weak in some aspects, and it was like, it was crazy. The Saints Green Bay game, like I was kind of all over the place with week one. I want to see what week two looks like.
9 underdogs straight
That's
up
crazy.
won. 9 underdogs straight up won, which has to be up there for the most ever, I think. But it was a fun week one. I went 2-1 in fantasy leagues. I was pretty happy about that. And let's get on to week two. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
All right. An hour into the show, and we're finally getting to week two. Ooh. All right. First game on the slate is Thursdays. Giants at Washington. Washington is a 3-point favorite. Who do you guys like? Mind you, Heineke is going to be the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins.
Washington.
No reasons. Do you want to even say anything about the fucking team, or do we just move on, Nick? Your world, buddy. We're just living
Washington because they're at home. Washington because Heineke played okay, and I think he'll be fine. And the Giants just aren't that good. That's it. I think the Washington's defense is a very good unit, and I don't think the Giants have a good unit. So, fair enough.
Nick going with the Washington -3, right?
Yep.
John, you're on mute.
God damn it! I thought the Giants had a really good offensive line. No,
Didn't look like if week one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
maybe it's their defense, but either way, maybe it was their defensive line. But I thought they had some strength somewhere. I still believe that Washington's front seven are going to destroy them, though. I mean that team is when Washington lands a good quarterback, forget it, bro. McLaurin is awesome.
There's been talks of Mr. Cam possibly doing a little tryout for the Washington Redskins. I'm sorry, Washington football team. And the reason is the ties with Ron Rivera. And I think if Cam is ever going to play in the NFL again, he needs this. He needs Ron Rivera to revitalize his career. Because if you have Heineke and you're choosing Heineke while Cam's out there, your former boy from Carolina, and Ron Rivera won't pick you up, then he's going to do one of these, Nick. Hang it up.
But here's the thing: did Ron Rivera and Cam Newton, was their relationship even good towards the end?
I don't know how that shit. I don't follow relationships like that.
But I mean,
I don't know.
Obviously, Rivera got fired, and Cam was still there after Rivera left.
I thought that was the same year.
Was it the same year? It might have been.
I don't remember. I thought it was the same year, though. I think they left the same year.
Yeah, Scott, I think you're right, man. I think Rivera did kick Cam to the curb.
Well, fuck it. John, who you like in that one, John?
My audio went out, or my earbud died. I got
A lot of technical problems going on over here. Caleb Alvey, I'm sorry that I said Washington Redskins. I don't mean to be insensitive to anybody.
Yeah, right.
Washington football team. It's not the Redskins.
Are they ever going to pick a new name?
I like it.
John likes the Washington football team.
I
think
absolutely have
everyone.
No problem with it. I think we've settled in.
I think at some point, just think it's 2021. By like 2035, I think it's just going to be the city's name.
Cleveland football team, Buffalo football team.
That's not even football, just Cleveland. NFL Cleveland. New York 1, New York 2. I think everything like the Jets, Jets are going to be disturbed. Like the actual flying Jets will be disturbed that a football team's name.
They're going to get upset.
Yeah. I told you, as Greeks, my Michigan State Spartans. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
is this a new subscriber here, Caleb Alve?
No, he's
that wrong.
Alvey. He's been with us since show number 1.
No, we have
Washington.
2 Calebs.
Yeah, I think there's another Caleb. I think
we have 2 Calebs.
Might be new.
Caleb Alvey. Caleb Alvey. He's my buddy. He's been with us since day 1.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
So Washington, John, who you like in that game? Giants versus Washington, 3 points.
I'm taking Washington.
I'm going to take Washington as well. I think that defense is going to have at least 2 turnovers on Daniel Jones. Probably sack fumbles. He loves to give up fumbles when he gets sacked. So I'm going to go with Washington, the Washington football team. Game number 2, Bengals.
I feel like that's a defense that can carry some poor quarterback play against the Giants. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can rely on your defense to get you some turnovers. The run game is going to be pretty damn good. I think Washington wins.
All right, game number 2, which is actually the start of the Sunday 1:00 slate. We got the Bengals.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you.
Against those pesky Chicago Bears.
Jesus.
I love when he does
Love that.
All right, Bears are -3 favorites against the visiting Bengals. Who you got, Nick?
You know, I was actually tempted to have the Bengals cover last week, and honestly, I'm going to have the Bengals winning.
I feel like you said it normal just now. You said Bengals, and I think you're going to be mad at yourself that you said it.
I didn't say.
Like
I said it how I always say it. I think their offense is really, really good, and I said that last time. I think their defense sucks, but I think their offense is good enough to where they can win games. And I feel like the Bears just aren't. Something about them isn't that good.
Nagy sucks.
Yeah, I'll tell you who it is. It's Charles Nagy, the pitcher for the Cleveland Indians.
Charles Nagy, tried a second career as an NFL coach.
Not Matt Nagy. It's Charles Nagy. And for some reason, He wants the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, in there, who sucks balls.
Does he suck balls though? Really, bro?
Did you watch the game on Monday, bro?
Yeah, I did. I did, but I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you,
Bro.
dude, Nagy and his staff, like they just, if they could just, I know that Nagy is on the hot seat. I mean, after that performance, he should be. I think he was coming out of last season. If I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Matt Nagy was facing the hot seat last season. And not for nothing, his system, his schemes, they're shit. They're just garbage. What are the odds that two pretty decent quarterbacks have had success elsewhere? Foles and Dalton, right? And then they play for Nagy, and they both look equally the same. It's like it's shit. It's the system there. It's garbage. He needs to get the fuck out of Chicago. They're idiots over there, bro.
Well, Justin Fields came in for like 2 plays and scored a touchdown. Like,
right. But there's this underlying.
Hold on.
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play the game.
Listen, there's something about there was an arrangement. There was an arrangement. Listen, for the love of God. There was an arrangement made between Dalton and Nagy. There was like a handshake. And for whatever reason, Nagy values this agreement where he was like, he wanted to start Dalton, irregardless of whether Fields is ready to play or not. Something weird about this Nagy Dalton shit. So I blame Nagy. I think he sucks. I think I don't think Trubisky was the problem in Chicago. I think Nagy was the problem. And I think Nagy was the problem why Foles couldn't succeed in that system. And I don't think that Dalton will. And eventually you're going to see that Justin Fields is going to look kind of like Trubisky at the end of it all, as long as Matt Nagy is the fucking coach. I just am not sold on Nagy.
I'm not sold on Charles Nagy either, but I'll tell you what. John, you fucking hate when I call him Charles Nagy.
Because his name is Matt Nagy.
I'll tell you what.
I'm just going to call you. I'm going to call you Dan.
I'm fine with it. Who are you? Who are you picking in this?
Oh, the Bengals for sure, bro. I think the Bengals are going to beat the teams they should. You know, like Matt Nagy led teams, and the Bears just don't have getting rid of Kyle Fuller was probably their biggest mistake, right? So I didn't see much of Khalil Mack. Did you?
I think the Bears. I forget what the final score was. What was it? 27-14 or something like that. Whatever the final score was.
No, it was worse than that.
I feel like
I don't think it was that bad. Hold on,
it was 34-14.
Was it?
Holy shit. Yep. I think it was on the road against the Rams. The Rams are in an elite class, I believe, this year. And I think that was a tough home opener for the Bears. Going back home, you got the Red Rifle going up against his former team and the Bengals. You know what? I'm with you, Charles Nagy.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you.
Chalk me up with the Bears.
Like I'm big and bold. Heart of the defense, big and bold.
You're the goofiest fucking person I ever met in my life. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Bears.
That's a good
-3.
point, Scott. That's a good point. I mean, I know he's not a great, but I mean, the Bengals found their way to the postseason quite a few times. They just made a first round exit every time. I just feel like Trubisky, Foles, Dalton, and you can't win. Like something's wrong, and I think it's you. I think it's you, Matt Nagy. I think you need to leave Chicago. There is someone else that could probably make use of what you have and could probably pull out some wins because they do have some options. Huh?
Said Charles Nagy.
He did?
No, I didn't. I said Matt Nagy. I'm never going to call him Charles.
All right, next game on the slate. So we got Nick and John both taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bears. Next game on the slate. Let's go, Nick.
Here we go again. It's the Cleveland Browns and Spurs continue.
Minus 12.5. What? It
Browns
almost looks weird.
The Browns are definitely going to win, I think. I mean, they're at home. The Texans, God, they're not good. They played admirably last week, but they're not good. They're not as bad as I thought they were, but they're not good. I'm going to go Browns. I'm going to go Browns to cover. I think they can beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Shit, that's a big spread in the NFL, dude. And for it to be the Browns, the Texans coming off that pretty big win against Jacksonville.
It's probably enough to where the Browns are going to be like, well, they won last week and we didn't, so let's not take them for granted.
John, who you like?
Browns, undoubtedly Browns. I'm going Browns, bro.
To cover?
To cover?
Yeah. You want me to give you a score prediction for this game?
No, you just got to say it. If you pick the favorite, you got to say if you want to cover.
Okay, I'm sorry. I picked them to cover, and I honestly believe that they're going to take out this week's loss, or I'm sorry, Sunday's loss. They're going to take it out on them, and I expect them to put up points. I mean, to really put up points, because I feel like now Baker can air it out more without worrying about, I just feel like it's one of those games where you can really flex your muscles, right? You can really just dive in. You could run tight end sets. You can hit them all, and we can prove to you that your tight ends can catch. But I mean, outside of it all, I think you could get cute. You have you have a lot of playmakers here, bro. You can run the ball down their throat. I think, and you probably do, right? You probably run. You probably run it
down there. I think we're probably going to run it down their throats.
I think we'll see Baker try to spread the ball around the field a little bit.
There was a lot of weird week 1 inactives.
Yeah,
that came out of nowhere. I thought Odell Beckham was on track to play. I didn't even know there was a question of him not playing.
Well, but apparently they said Odell wasn't quite ready, and apparently Stefanski asked him. They were like, "Can you play? Can you play the whole game?" And Odell was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, if you can't play the whole game, we can't."
Why not, dude? I mean, give him just limit his reps, dude. Let him go out there a little bit. I mean,
I have no problem with what they did. If he's not ready to play, then don't put him in there.
All right.
I'm going to pick the Browns to win. I'm going to pick the Texans to cover the 12.5. I could see it being like an 18-point game, and then Tyrod Taylor comes down and throws like a meaningless touchdown to cover the spread at the end.
Or like a 14-point game, and then Tyrod Taylor drives them down. They kick a field goal.
Some bullshit. Some bullshit.
Bullshit. Nick, let's touch back on that for a second. I mean, it's really not up to Odell to really. I mean, like that's the medical staff that's supposed to clear him.
Apparently,
right? I mean, they're supposed to.
Apparently, from reports, Stefanski gave Odell. He asked Odell. He was like, "Do you think you can play?" And he's like, "I don't know if I can play every down." And Stefanski's like, "If you can't play every down, I don't want you out there."
Fair enough. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know what would have changed much in the outcome of the game. Maybe nothing at all.
I honestly don't. I actually think it was kind of a nice thing because we got to see Schwartz. We got to see what Schwartz can do.
Was Odell practicing leading up to the game?
He was practicing.
It's kind of weird. I mean, there were some really weird inactives, Tony. You're definitely right.
Practiced in full?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure about that, but
we talking about
he was on track.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
So the next game on the slate. John, are you laughing? What are you laughing at? The sound effects?
Oh yeah, bro.
I feel like I'm getting good with this sound effect board. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be kicked off YouTube, but I feel like I'm getting.
We are going to face a copyright infringement. I mean, week in, week out, bro. They're going to. I mean, I think it's 3 strikes, you're out anyway. So I mean, we probably have already gotten all 3 within the last episode.
Oh, we played a 9-inning game. We're out of there, buddy. Rams versus Colts. Rams are -4 at the Colts. Oh,
real quick, Mariah, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you, fam.
I'm licking my chops on that -4, guys. I'll start us off. I'm taking the Rams -9. I could please that. You ever hear of a pleaser when you actually give more points? I'll please that and I'll give the Colts 9, and
yes,
I'll take the Rams. Are you going by week 1 when you make these decisions? Like, are you basing it off of week 1 play? I'm basing it off of, I think the Rams are going to be a lot better than the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks just went into the Colts and destroyed them.
But I think that was a relatively close game, right?
Not really.
No.
28-16.
Okay. It was closer when I checked. All right. So I think that
And I think the Colts scored at the end to make the score a little closer. I think there was like a garbage touchdown at the end.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Thank you. Guys, big fan right here. She's a lot of fun. Has her own channel. It's called the 49er Faithful Lee. She has a great Niners. It's Niners oriented. It's good stuff. Shout out to you, Mariah. Thanks for coming by. Tony, I actually is it my turn yet?
Go ahead, bud.
All right. So I really like Stafford as a Ram in the McVay system because it's similar to Shanahan's system. And I really, really wanted him. I know we tried, but we failed miserably at getting him. It's kind of dramatic. I don't know that we failed miserably. We just didn't get it, obviously. But I think that the Colts lost. Who did they lose? They lost a crucial. Was it an offensive lineman, a left tackle? What was it? Who did they lose, Nick?
I don't know.
They lost someone on the offensive line that was like their best offensive lineman.
Exactly.
He had a surgery. I don't know if he came back though. I don't know what the hell's going on with them, but
well, anyway, I kind of feel like Indianapolis makes a game of this, bro. I do.
Okay.
I believe it. I believe.
Do you think they cover 4 points? Do you think they're going to win? What do you think?
I don't think they cover. But I don't expect it to be a high-scoring game.
So you take the Rams -4?
I take the Rams -4. No,
Nick?
I take the Colts. Not to cover. God damn it.
The Colts not to cover. That's not a real thing. It's either you take the Rams to cover or
the Colts are getting 4.
Yeah, they're getting 4.
So you pick
I choose the Colts to win. Yes, outright. I should have said outright.
Colts to win.
Straight up.
I personally, I don't know where the experts are loving the Colts. I don't get where this comes from.
The defense.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Their defense is pretty good, but their offense is horrible. It's terrible.
Is it though?
Carson Wentz sucks.
You're going off of week 1. Can you not use that as the sample that defines the season, bro?
I was thinking
it's not week 1 is not a good sample.
I said when we were looking at it, when we were looking at the Seahawks Colts, I think the spread was far too much in the Colts' favor.
Well, let me ask you this, John. Would you rather go off week 1? Or would you rather go off of all of 2020?
No,
Like, what are you going off? Like, what are we supposed to go off of?
Weren't the Colts expected to beat the Seahawks last week?
No, I think they were like 2-point underdogs or something.
Didn't it changed when they lost the offensive lineman, right? The line changed. Didn't it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay. Obviously, they're only 4 point. They're only giving up 4 points to the Rams, and
I'm going by this. Okay, listen. I like what the Colts have done with their defense. They have a great run defense. The addition of I believe that before Carson Wentz hurt his foot, I believe that he was going to be better for their offense. Okay. Now, I don't know if he rushed himself back too soon. I don't know if he's 100, but I just feel like week 1 is not a good sample size to define to define week 2. So I'm taking the Colts straight up. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Very good. Nick, who'd you take?
Rams cover.
Rams cover here as well. Next game on the slates. We got Bills at Bills at
Miami.
Dolphins.
Fuck you, Anna! I'm the fuck you, Dolphin!
Who you like, Nick? We'll start with you. Bills -3.
I think the Bills make a redemption here. I mean, I don't dislike the Dolphins, but I think the Bills are a better team than what they played like last week. I think they put up enough where they beat the Dolphins by more than 3.
Go ahead, John.
Mr. Rogers, that answer is yes.
About the monetized thing?
Yep. We get no money, and then we have gotten dinged for it. So
yeah, we did. We got dinged.
It really matters all that much. I mean,
we damn near played a soundtrack, bro. It is what it is. We didn't know any better.
We should put mixtapes together of the Locker Room Rant soundtracks so we can we'll sell them on the side.
I'm with Eduardo. I'm with Eduardo here. I believe the Bills bounce back.
Eduardo, is he a 49ers guy?
I don't know. I do not know Eduardo. I appreciate appreciate his time, and I appreciate him being here. Tell us where you're from, Eduardo.
Yeah. Eduardo,
and how'd you find us?
News. We need to get to the bottom of this, Eduardo. Find out who his team is. We need to know more about him. I don't like strangers lingering around. This is a family you're getting adopted into, Eduardo. This is a fam. This Locker Room Rant thing. It's a family over here, buddy.
I like the Bills to bounce back from this. I really do. I think they take advantage of Tua. I think this is going to be, again, it goes back to week 1, bro. And Tony, it's not that I don't believe that the Steelers are really great, but I believe that the Bills had the week 1 yips.
They had the Pittsburgh Steelers yips. I'm taking the Bills -3 as well.
He's a 49er fan. Good to have you, Eduardo. Thanks for stopping by, my man.
Good to have you, buddy. I'm gonna take Buffalo as well. The 3 points kind of scares me. I could see this being like
Scott's the Spanish teacher today. Thanks, Scott.
I see it being a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way, but I'll take my Bills -3. Next game on the slate, Patriots -5.5 at the Jets.
Wow, this is gonna be a shit show.
Why do you say that?
Because I think these two teams suck. I don't think they're good.
I mean, the Jets showed signs last week, and I think the Patriots showed signs. I think Mac Jones played serviceable, even though he has no weapons whatsoever. But I
want to see what the numbers were on Kendrick Bourne.
I think he had
Oh,
three
boy.
catches. 3 catches for like 40 yards.
Bro, are you really gonna start the damn boring talks again, bro? I mean,
Nah.
Jesus Christ.
Corey Davis looked good. Corey Davis looked good with the Jets. Had 2 touchdowns,
Corey
close to
Davis
100 yards, I think.
He did great for me in my DraftKings, but everybody else was just cold, bro.
I took your boy fucking Mostert, and needless to say, he owes me $27.
No, look. Like I said, Dan Campbell went in there for knees, and he got some knees. He got some knees, bro.
That Dan Campbell's a scary looking dude.
Dude, he doesn't even believe, like, first down is just another opportunity. Like, it's just like, if I don't have, like, if he doesn't want to punt it, he's just not gonna.
Kendrick
He
Bourne.
looks of another down.
He looks like he could be out there playing linebacker.
He scares me, bro.
Kendrick
I thought he
Bourne
was kind of
had
batshit
17.
crazy in the offseason when he made that comment. He's like, we're gonna go in there, he was really aggressive and like, he freaked me out a little bit, right? And then his intensity, the way he coaches. Did you see the other coach that was like messing with was that Okuda? Where he was like screaming at him? Did you guys see that?
Okuda got hurt.
Okuda did get hurt. That broke my heart because I loved him as a Buckeye.
Akuda Matata, man.
But I think Okuda was on the sideline, and one of the coaches for the Lions was just ripping into him. And then they like had this moment where like they hugged it out. It was kind of crazy. It kind of threw me for a loop. But like the intensity that the Detroit Lions have scares me a little bit because I underestimated them. I mean, entirely.
Who you like versus the Patriots and Jets?
Hold on, let him pick his head a little bit more, and we'll come back to him.
You got like a freaking like bump back here, and it's bothering me.
You know what? We'll talk about that off the show. We don't need to sit here and do an assessment on your bald ass head. Let's go.
I would probably pick the Patriots.
-5.5, huh?
Yeah, I'd take him -5. -5.5.
I agree with Nick.
Again, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think the Patriots will pull off a 1 or 2 point victory, but I think the Jets are gonna come to play this game. I think the fans are gonna be hyped. Wilson's first home game, and I think the Patriots will probably pull it out, but I'm gonna take the Jets to cover the 5.5. All right, John. Niners. -3.5 at the Eagles. I think this is going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be a very good game. Are you scared at all about this game? Are you feeling pretty confident? Let's hear your analysis on this.
Yeah, Izzy, Becton's gone, and I think the Jets lost a crucial piece.
The Jets did lose Mekhi Becton.
Patriots. Hold on a minute, Tony, because this game's got me off. I'm off. I'm off. I'm kind of nervous. We don't do well with mobile quarterbacks to begin with. Okay, we don't do good with mobile quarterbacks, and Jalen Hurts kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Hold on, John needs to gather himself.
I do. I really do because
Relax, buddy.
Because I believe that I listen. Just can you let me explain? After last week, we're questionable at quarterback play or cornerback play. Okay, so we don't have Mostert. We had Elijah Mitchell, who looked good, but again, it's week 1, so I don't know. I don't know if Elijah Mitchell's going to be consistent. I'm nervous for this game. I'm nervous. It's at Philly, and they put up 36 points on Atlanta. And
did you just puke in your mouth?
No. I burped, but I didn't want to burp loud. Okay, bro. I'm not going to vomit on myself, bro.
Let me ask you this.
I mean, I got the Niners winning this game, and I'll say 27-14.
Okay, so they're going to cover the spread. Niners covering the spread. Nick.
I actually have the Eagles winning this game. And here's what I see happening. I see Devontae Smith having a big game. And I also see Miles Sanders having a big game.
Come on, Scott, bro. Did you really think I was? Honestly, I knew you were going to go. I knew you were going Eagles, bro.
I think the Eagles being at home plays a role in that. It's hard to go into Philly, especially when you're coming all the way from San Francisco. I think Sanders and Devontae Smith are going to have big games.
What about Trey Sermon? You don't think he's going to have a big game?
Is he going to fucking play? What's
gonna-
going
I
on?
don't know
What's going on
what?
with these guys?
Is he
I
going
don't
to
know,
play?
dude. Again, that was a
Looks
healthy
like
scratch.
they're riding with Elijah.
That was a healthy scratch. Elijah proved himself to be worthy of carrying the ball. I mean, it was fucking week 1, bro. So I'm nervous because it's got to be consistent. So I need to see consistency week in, week out. But I think that healthy scratch thing is weird because Tony mentioned these inactives this week were weird, right? OBJ being one, Trey Sermon. Everyone was expecting this. That came out of left field, right? So. Now, I have no sources, so it doesn't matter what I say. It's completely speculative and a little bit of rumor from Twitter. But the point is, I heard that Trey Sermon may have actually broke protocol. So maybe he did something that he shouldn't have, curfew. I don't know.
You know what the fuck you got to do in the NFL to break protocol?
No. Team protocol.
Okay.
Team protocol.
Okay. You know what you have to do in the NFL?
I'm talking about COVID protocol is what I'm saying.
Okay, COVID protocols.
Yes.
I thought you just meant like team rules.
I mean, I'm making this up.
What do you do?
Bro.
Kill
I really have
5
no proof.
people? What do you
I
do?
don't
Kill
know.
5 people?
What if
and not
what
4
if he
people?
what if he went to the Buckeyes game and he shouldn't have been there?
I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is. Whatever.
I mean, again,
Whatever.
I made that up completely. I have no proof. I don't know what he did specifically, and I probably won't because our organization keeps things tight lock in house.
I really do have to say this though, and I'm not trying to.
Izzy says Trey Sermon broke team rules.
I'm not trying.
It was behavior.
I'm not trying to get you riled up, John, when I say this, because honestly, Mitchell looked pretty good. Either he can run the ball and run through people, or the Detroit Lions are terrible at tackling. But he broke a lot of tackles. That being said, there's just this thing where people anticipate, and I've heard it all off season. People anticipate Troy Sermon being really good, and he hasn't done anything yet.
Okay, again, we're gonna wait and see. Let's see if he plays week 2. And we'll go from there, bro. But Elijah Mitchell had a great camp. And he was actually the best pass catching back in camp.
He looked like more than
we didn't even and I don't even believe that we exposed his pass catching ability. I don't even think we threw him the ball. I might be wrong. I might have missed it. Forgive me if I did, because I drove to work and things happened in between. But look, yeah, bro. Elijah Mitchell proved to be somewhat surprising, and I'm excited. I mean, as a Niner fan, who wouldn't be? To know that you have a JaMychal Hasty who's shifty and quick, who has fumbled a little bit. That's concerning, but I'm not going to hold it against him yet. Elijah Mitchell steps up, fills in for Mostert, has a good game. Opened some people's eyes. I mean, clearly you guys heard of him. You guys noticed. So maybe Trey Sermon should focus on his behavior and not piss off Kyle, because Kyle's got this thing called his doghouse, and once you get in it, he's not forgiving. Like he can really make you pay. Maybe a little more than you deserve, but it should make you think twice about pissing him off and breaking team rules. So
let me ask you this. Do you think Trey Sermon would have been a healthy scratch for breaking team rules if Mostert got hurt before the season started?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe Kyle's like, look, Elijah Mitchell is equal, if not better, because he is a pass catching back and he's good at it, maybe Kyle would have been like, all right, we'll just roll with Elijah then.
I think what we might be seeing is Kyle Shanahan's one of those guys that I feel like he thinks he's clever. He thinks he's smart. He's probably talking up.
He is
Sermon.
clever. And he is smart, Nick. I mean, quit saying that shit.
He was probably talking up Sermon all ever since they drafted him, and knew he was going to go with Elijah Mitchell and Hasty.
Can I ask you a question? Do you understand the severity of the COVID protocols for each franchise? Do you understand that it's that if you don't have a fully vaccinated roster, which I don't think any team does, I think we're close. I think I think we have a lot.
I feel like the NFL would come down on you, not just your team.
I don't know if the NFL's coming down on Sermon. We don't know what rule he broke. We don't even know what he did.
I feel like they would have punished him already.
He was a healthy fucking scratch.
Relax.
What are they supposed to do? Put it in the paper?
Relax.
And make 60 minutes?
Relax, buddy.
All right,
Relax,
look at this.
buddy.
Look, another
Take
one
a
is
deep breath.
Ayuk. Another one is Ayuk, right? Ayuk was weird. It was a weird. They said it was a hamstring, and it very well could have been. I don't know. Again, speculation, right? Could it be that Ayuk and Sermon broke team rules together, and Kyle just didn't target Ayuk? He was fucking egg, bro. Right?
So you have Kyle Shanahan, who's with the Falcons. He had Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman dominating. He gets injured. Tevin Coleman comes in. He's dominating. He goes to San Francisco 49ers. Who was his running back when he first came? Was it Tevin Coleman? Did he come with him?
I think it might have been Frank Gore.
No, it was not Frank Gore. He brought
Jerick McKinnon.
No, it was when Shanahan came to San Francisco first.
Yeah.
I think Breida was there.
Wasn't it Gore and Breida?
Who?
Wasn't it Gore and Breida?
It might have been.
It was
Carlos Hyde
and Matt Breida.
Breida. I don't. Will you stop saying Gore? Gore was Harbaugh era.
So they come in.
Thank you, Izzy. Thank you.
You got Breida, Carlos Hyde. There it is. Breida and Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde gets hurt. Breida comes in. He dominates.
Pissed Kyle fuck off.
Last
ended up in
year,
his doghouse.
last
Play in the
year,
Super Bowl.
last year,
He punished him in the Super Bowl.
last year, he has Tevin Coleman, McKinnon. They get hurt. Mostert comes in. Hasty comes in. And every one that I just mentioned was good under Shanahan. You get where I'm going with this? Like,
yeah,
he's a running backs coach, and they have a monster offensive line, and they were playing the Detroit Lions. All I'm saying is maybe pump the brakes on Elijah Mitchell. He's no Trey Sermon. I got news for everybody. Trey Sermon
Tony,
will come in and dominate under Shanahan.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, right? Okay. I told this to Nick, and it might sound crazy to those of us that are Niner fans, but I kind of thought that if Elijah Mitchell proved to be good,
Eduardo, you're exactly right. Eduardo's exactly right. Terrell Davis under Shanahan's dad. Terrell Davis. Oh God, Terrell Davis is retiring. What are we going to do? Let's get this Clinton Portis guy. Clinton Portis comes in, dominates. It's that Shanahan name is attached to these running backs.
the system that they run.
It's the system, and they will always
They value the run game.
They'll always have successful running backs, is what I'm going to say, especially when you're going up against the Detroit Lions. So Elijah Mitchell, I seen his long run that he broke out. I thought he looked good, but everyone looks good in that backfield for Shanahan, for Pops and Son.
Okay, so what I'm saying is there? So I guess I'm not really worried about the run game right now. I'm not really worried about it because slowly but surely Mostert was getting injured more and more consistently, and now week 1 is over, and it was just week 1, and we lost JV, who was our best corner. And the secondary hinges on this guy's back, right? So like when he goes down, we're just like, oh shit. But the Niners never valued cornerback in the draft. They just never did. Okay, that was like Surtain was there. There were corners on the board, and we took Aaron Banks. Okay, and fans aren't crazy about him because he hasn't really shown, he hasn't progressed to NFL speed. So I don't know, Tone. Like I guess you're right. Like Shanahan makes running backs look good, like he schemes the zone blocking and they eat. So I just want to know, or I guess what I'm trying to say is that Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell could be neck and neck in Kyle's eyes, and one can catch the ball. So I don't know, man. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's something I have no answer for, really. It'll be cool. It'll be cool to know that you have Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell. It won't make that sting. That Mostert hurts. It hurts.
You think Mostert will play another down for the 49ers?
Probably not. No.
You're throwing in the towel on Mostert?
I don't want to because I like his speed. I really like his speed, but he's getting up there, and his injury, and he has these leg injuries. His knees have been problematic. Maybe not problematic, might be a little bit dramatic, but look, we drafted Trey Sermon as Mostert's replacement. Jeffrey Wilson should be coming back soon anyway. So we have a healthy running back core. I'm really not worried about it.
All right, so Nick, you have the Eagles winning. John, you have the 49ers covering the 3.5. Got a lot of 49ers fans on this channel.
I mean, they're going to respect they're going to respect you regardless, bro.
I get it.
Izzy, I thought it's already been 6 to 8 weeks. I didn't know you had 6 to 8 more to go. You're saying, Jesus.
Izzy does not want to talk about cornerbacks anymore.
It's a subject, bro.
Give me I'll take the 49ers. I'll take the 49ers to win by 1 point. I say they win by 1 and they beat the Eagles, but do not cover. On to the next game, which is.
Do you guys see Trey Lance a little more? Do you hope to see Lance a little more? Either one of you?
I think we'll see him.
I'd like to see what he can do.
I hope to see him throw the ball this time.
He's the third pick overall. You want to see what he can do.
I felt like you would have seen him more in the Detroit game if we didn't shit it up. If we didn't muck it up. Like if it was still 30, if it was still 41-17 something, I feel like you would have seen more Trey Lance actually air it out a little more, throw the ball.
Yeah, but I want to see him
because we mucked it up.
Action.
Because we mucked it up, we needed to keep Jimmy in to save face. You don't want a loss on Trey Lance's back out of week 1.
All right, we got the Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are -5.5 favorites. Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool Monday night game. Oakland or wherever the fuck you play now, Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders, it was fun, and you beat the Ravens. Congratulations, but you're about to face a different beast. I got news for you. Give me the Steelers -5.5. Nick.
Mm. I'm tempted to pick the Raiders,
Do it, buddy.
but I'm going to go Pittsburgh, but not to cover.
Pittsburgh win, but not to cover. Sounds good. John.
This is tough for me, man, because if the Raiders play the way they did yesterday, they could give the Steelers a hard time.
Yeah, but it was at home.
So what?
And I don't know
They
if
had other opportunities to win at home, and they didn't.
I don't necessarily know if the Ravens are as good as the Steelers. Honestly, I think the Steelers are
Jacobs
better.
is healthy. He had a game, right?
Yeah.
If they could force that offensive line in Pittsburgh to make some mistakes, and they could get to Ben. I don't know. That's a weird one for me. I'll take.
Did
you freeze or are you still thinking?
No. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I think I'll go. I'm gonna go with the Raiders straight up.
So I'm going Steelers. I think they're going to win by 17. John's going Raiders straight up. Nick, you're going Raiders straight up? No. You went Steelers to win,
cover,
but not to cover. Got you. All right. New Orleans Saints -3.5 at the Panthers. Nick, wipe that dumb look off your face and tell us what you're thinking, buddy.
Fucking Saints are going to pound the Panthers.
Dude.
Like I don't know where this negative 3.5 is coming from.
It's -3.5.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know what that's coming from.
It's coming from Vegas, and I got news for you. They know way more than we know.
I don't get what Vegas is seeing that the Panthers are somehow going to cover this.
I mean,
it's at home, and
Christian McCaffrey at home.
McCaffrey. Nah, the Saints are going to beat them by more than 3.5.
Can you just 3.5?
The Saints are going to beat the Panthers by more than 3.5.
At least pretend. At least use the lingo like you've gambled before.
I really don't gamble all that much.
-3.5. All right. So you're taking the Saints to cover. Johnny?
Scott says the Panthers get 3 at home, basically. So it's 6-5. He knows his shit. So
yeah, basically every home team gets 3 points.
Right.
So if you see it -3.5, it's actually 6.5 technically.
Right. Okay.
So 6. So is it 6.5 or is it minus?
No,
minus
it's -3.5.
Okay.
Man, dude, I've got this hang up about week 1, and I don't want to say it so many times over and over again, but I just don't want to make my decisions based off of week 1. I'll take the Saints to cover.
Saints to cover. We're disagreeing a lot more than we disagreed in week 1, which is good. I'm going to take the Panthers. I'm on that Christian McCaffrey train. I thought Sam Darnold did a serviceable job in week 1. He's going to go up against a much different beast in that Saints defense. But I like the Panthers to pick off Jameis Winston a few times. I think he's going to have some turnovers, maybe even a pick 6. And I think the Panthers win over the New Orleans Saints. Let's go with Broncos -6 at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Johnny, who do you like, buddy?
I'm taking the Broncos, bro. Even without Jerry Jeudy, I'm taking the Broncos.
Nicolas.
I got news for you. I'm probably going to take any team to cover the spread over the Jaguars. And it's no different this time.
Urban really just, I don't know if it's just me, but he really bothers me. I don't know, man. I loved him at OSU, but he sticks out like a sore ass in the league. He looks like he's ready to resign every goddamn game.
He's another one of those guys that thinks he's smarter than everyone else in the room.
No. It's not about, we're not gonna measure, we're not going that route. He just looks so, I don't know, bro. It's like, yo, you came to the NFL because you thought you could compete here and you drafted well, Etienne's injury is, that's heartbreaker, but but we go on, right? So every time I see him, like, he's just bent down. It's like, he just looks like, bro, can you act professional? Like, you're not on the sideline at OSU right now. Like, he looks like he's going to resign, bro, at the end of every game. It's weird to me. I don't like his composure. He makes me feel he makes me feel like, if I'm a Jags fan, like, you're making me not trust you, bro. You don't look sure of anything. You're gonna have this. You're gonna claim to be sick and then you're gonna leave.
I think he's got one foot out the door already.
Yeah, I mean, dude, can you, as a Jags fan, can you tell me, are you confident that he is doing or that he knows what he's doing?
I mean, he had to anticipate that his team wasn't going to be that good this year.
Yeah, but you killed it in the draft, bro. They killed it in the draft.
He's a quitter, though.
I don't think they killed it in the draft. I honestly don't think they killed it in the draft. I think they probably shouldn't have drafted Etienne. I think they probably should have gone with another position of need.
It's fucking easy for you to say that now when his season ended.
Well, I'm just saying. I think they had Robinson. Robinson did a pretty good job last year. But
Robinson can't be all you've got, bro. You need depth.
You don't need depth at the position that you're probably strongest at.
Get your boy Carlos Hyde.
They could have probably.
I forgot they had Carlos Hyde, but
they could have probably. They could have probably went offensive line, maybe.
I just think.
I feel like they drafted very good.
I saw yesterday or the day before that USC fired their head football coach, and I'm just waiting to turn on ESPN and say Urban Meyer stepping down from Jacksonville to go coach at USC. I'm waiting for it to happen. Because I could totally see it happening. He's a quitter, and he's going to quit on the Jaguars probably before the season's even done. I'm taking after I just talked all that shit. After I just talked all that shit, I'm taking the Jaguars minus +6.
Yeah, you give me a lot of shit on how I say Bengals, but you say Jaguars.
What is
Will
it?
you fucking pick?
Jaguars.
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 Jaguars. You know what? We haven't had a timeout. We haven't had a
yeah, dude. Dude. It's that. That is what you do, and you know what? I encourage it. Keep doing it because nothing brings me more pleasure than watching you just.
No, I'm gonna do it. I think myself.
Why?
I'm gonna give because I said Jaguars fucked up, and I don't like saying words fucked up, and I need to be punished for it.
All right, bro. We'll see you later.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Now this kind of left us with a conundrum because we really don't have. We're probably done talking about the Broncos and the Jaguars, but okay, there you switched it. All right, Vikings versus Cardinals. Cardinals getting Cardinals -4.5. John, the Viking call.
I'm taking the Cards to win.
Taking the Cards to win.
Yeah.
Or are you taking them to cover?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Kyler Murray had 5 touchdowns.
Yes.
John is
What do you
very.
want?
He's
I mean,
very,
I gotta, dude.
he's
You guys
very
want me to
correct
rifle
in
off
his
my
answer
decisions.
there.
Like you don't even give me a chance, bro. You don't let me think. You don't let me think about it. You don't let me put the rosters in perspective. You don't let me review week 1, even though I fucking hate week 1s. You don't let me think back.
It's like my
You just want me to be like,
nephew.
yeah, I'll take this. They cover cards. Like, just let me think a little.
It's like
bit, bro.
it's like my 2-year-old nephew. Leo, do you like mac and cheese? Yes.
Tony. Good. Give him a goodbye.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
I don't know why it keeps bouncing people back when I take them.
No,
out.
you know what? That's because we do it. Literally, you and I are doing it at the exact same time.
Well,
Literally.
stop it.
I will stop.
It. I got this.
You take them out. Switch me back to the other side. This side throwing me off. Flip you and I.
Okay. So I think the Vikings are bad. I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover the 4.5 against the Vikings.
I agree with you.
I just loved what I saw. And if Joe Burrow tore your ass up week 1, best believe Kyler Murray is going to come out and bust your ass.
The Bengals forced overtime, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. It's weird to me because I thought that Minnesota was better than they were, but I
keep hearing like all offseason, I kept hearing like how their defense is getting better and better with all these players that they're picking up.
I think the Bengals are better than people give them credit for.
The Bungles.
I think the Bengals are better than people give them credit for.
Scott, we love that, right, bro? The Bungles.
I think the Jaguars are better than the Bengals.
Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
Jaguars.
John gets so pissed at us.
No, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, listen, when they're good, we'll focus on the pronunciation. Until then, it is what it is.
All right.
Part of me
give me the Cardinals -4.5. John got the Cardinals -4.5. Nick, where are you going?
Part of me wants to take the Vikes because I think they're probably better than they were in week 1. But I just can't.
I'm getting way too cute on these fucking sound effects.
I can't take them. I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover, just because I think the Cardinals are really good.
So all three of us are taking.
I feel like the Cardinals are a team that can wear down as the season goes along. But I think to begin the season, they're going to be very good, and I think they're going to cover.
All three of us going with the Cardinals, covering the spread against the Vikings.
Yep.
I can see Nick blowing in one of those things
with one of those helmets on.
With a lifelong dream of mine.
One of those.
Nick, can you buy a
Flavor Flav helmet?
Nick, can you get a Flavor Flav helmet? You can choose to wear the clock on your neck. That's optional. It's optional. But at least, can you please get a Viking helmet and wear it?
We'll see.
All right, I'll buy you a Viking helmet and make you wear it.
All right, guys. The Atlanta Falcons at the Super Bowl champ, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're -12.5. I'll go first. Tampa Bay beats the fucking brakes off the Falcons. I'm gonna say 21-point victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Like, what's your final score? Like, what is your prediction on this game? Let's just do this one for fun.
I'll do 34-13.
I'm going to do 41-12.
You know what? I'm actually going to pick the Bucks to win, but I'm going to pick the Falcons to cover. And here's how I see this game going. I think the Falcons could possibly catch them off guard and actually be winning this game for a little bit of time. And the Buccaneers come back and beat them.
The only thing I think of is like Dak just really lit them up, their secondary up. And you got Matt Ryan back there. You got Calvin Ridley. You got Pitts, Gage.
Yeah, but is Gage really convincing?
But he's second receiver.
I just you
it's
guys
gonna be
don't.
the Ridley Pitts show for
No,
sure.
but Mike Davis isn't a piece of crap.
No, he's
Fumbles
not
a
a.
lot.
He's not a piece of crap. Actually,
He fumbles. He fumbles a lot.
He's a human being. He's not a piece of crap. But I got news for you: the Atlanta Falcons. They suck. They're not going to hang into this game. The Buccaneers are going to smash them. But Nick, sounds good. You take your little Falcons and your plus 12.5 on the Falcons, and call Vegas and put that in. All right, next game. Cowboys at the Chargers. Chargers -3.
I think
John,
this is gonna be a
go
really good
ahead,
game.
Nick.
I think this is going to be a really good game.
I like this game a lot.
I'm actually going
This could be-
to pick. I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
I knew you were going to say that. I agree with Nick. I picked the Cowboys also.
Jeez.
You're picking them over your MVP front runner, Justin Herbert.
I'm not. I got to see it. Look, I'd rather look. You know what? I'll take the Cowboys, and if I'm wrong, I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
I'm going Chargers. I'm going Chargers and a huge game out of Herbert. I think Allen, Williams, Cook. I think everyone has a field day against that secondary for Dallas. And I think the Chargers defense is good enough to get some stops against the Cowboys.
Yeah, Joey Bosa. Probably give him fits.
Give me those Chargers. Give me those Chargers -3 at home. Fuck them Cowboys. I have a Cowboys thing in here.
I mean, naturally, it's. Yeah, I mean, I'm with Nick on this. I'm taking the Cowboys. Sadly.
All right, sounds good. Next on the slate, we got Titans at Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seahawks are -5.5. John, we'll start with you, buddy. That's from your division.
Yeah, I really want to know what happened with Derrick Henry last week. Was there a significant injury on the offensive line that I did not know about?
I really think like the beginning of the season, like the first 3-4 games, maybe 3, 4, 5 games, it takes him like 6 games to get rolling. I think that's typical Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
maybe
like
not as bad as he was against.
Games is like that's awful.
Yeah, but then he goes for like 2,000 yards for like the last 10 games. He's a maniac. And I think it has to do with the cold weather. No one wants to tackle that monster when it's cold outside.
Right.
I think when it's warm, people still get to him. But who you like in this? Titans at Seahawks, 5.5.
I want the Titans to beat their ass, but after last week's performance, I'm not too. I don't know. It's like I said, I don't like the comparison. I'm gonna take the Titans to beat Seattle.
To beat them.
Yes.
Nice. Nico.
Yeah, I feel that spread's kind of shocking, actually. I feel like I understand the Titans played like crap last week, but I feel like given how their expectations were in the season. You know, everyone was talking Julio this, Julio that. For them to be minus 5.5 against the Seahawks, that's kind of almost disrespectful. But that being said, I'm going to pick the Seahawks to cover.
Oh, that shit you were
Because
talking.
I wasn't as high on the Titan as everyone else was. So
Seahawks win, Titans cover the spread. That's what I'm going with. Kansas City minus 3.5 versus the Ravens. I thought this spread was shocking, to be honest with you. But go ahead, John. We'll start with you, buddy.
Chiefs Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens. I am going against Scott under all circumstances. I'm going with the Ravens.
are you going against Scott just because you don't want to go with Scott?
No. I'm going against Scott because I believe that the Ravens will win.
Is Tyrann Mathieu coming back this week?
If Tyrann Mathieu's coming back, then we have a problem. But you just can't stop that. You can't stop. What's his face, bro? Say his name.
Lamar
Jackson. Yes, you can't stop him. He's just.
I mean,
And
Oakland
Matthews
stopped him.
back. Tyrann Mathieu's back, bro.
Oakland stopped him many times.
Who?
I said Oakland stopped him many times.
You know what? He's filling the fucking Ravens. Let him go, Nick. Who you got, bud?
No, Matthews back, bro. Hold on a minute now.
Oh shit.
I might have to fall back on this. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Scott, it's not because it's not because to spite you.
You
It's
weak.
because
You're a weak man.
you are a weak man, and don't you fucking talk shit because I'm going to take you out.
You're a weak man.
No, man. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu's back, bro.
Tyrann Mathieu's going to make the difference between the Chiefs beating the Ravens by 3.5 points.
No, but I think I like the chances.
Obviously, because then you just
I
win. Tyrann Mathieu's back. Oh,
I like the chances of the Honey Badger picking off Lamar Jackson.
The Ravens aren't as good as everyone thinks they are. I mean, especially after all the injuries. Chiefs cover. Not even a question.
Chiefs cover. Not even a question. Especially with Honey Badger back. That guy's unbelievable, man. He's everywhere. Give me those Chiefs. I don't like the Ravens this year.
Because Nick doesn't like my pick.
No, because you initially were dead set on the Ravens.
And I said, it was Tyrann Mathieu that was going to change that.
Really?
I said it.
Like just one Tyrann Mathieu is going to change the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player. He's not Paul Malu.
I didn't compare him to Polamalu. I just said that I like the chances of him picking off Lamar.
Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Packers minus 10.5. Big spread, but also a pretty strong track record against the Lions for Mr.
And the Ravens can't establish a running game because they can't keep a healthy back.
Latavius Murray's fine.
All right. Sorry, go ahead. Lions, Packers.
Packers minus 10.5. Nico.
I think it's kind of a ballsy call by Vegas, but I will say the Packers cover.
John?
After what they just did, after how the Lions, you're picking them to cover.
I'm picking the Packers.
Put up 33 points Sunday, bro.
Yeah, I'm picking the Packers to score more than 10.5 points and beat them. By more than 10.5 points.
Fuck this. You know what? I'm feeling it. I'm taking the Lions.
To win or with the points?
No, to win. It's going to be ugly, but I think they win. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers really, really fucking disappointed me.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones
but yeah.
couldn't get going. The defense couldn't get going. It was a total fucking disaster, top to bottom. And you know what, Izzy? I know that you love it because she gets tormented in that house by her brother's a Green Bay fan.
I'm going to go Packers to win, Lions to cover. I think I could see it being like a 17-point game. Jared Goff comes down and like dumps one off to Swift, and he runs it in to cover the spread. So give me the Lions to cover, Packers to win.
Mhm.
We still have to get to that's all for the games, guys. I have a would you rather. I don't know if it's good or if it's going to send me to the penalty box. I wish I knew what the fuck is wrong with my screen right now and why I'm not seeing.
We're seeing you.
I see you just fine, bro.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That sound.
Okay, so you still hear the sound. It's a good
Mhm.
sign. All right. How about a would you rather? Would you rather stick your hand, your whole arm? John, it's got to be your good one. Would you rather stick your entire arm into a fully active beehive for 15 minutes? You following me so far?
So far, yes.
Or would you rather fall into a snake pit filled with thousands of snakes, non-poisonous, but you have to be in there for 1 hour?
Oh my god, bro! 1 hour non-poisonous snake pit,
Yes.
or just stick my whole arm, into an active beehive.
For 15 minutes. Your arm's going to be fucking, it's going to suck. But I personally, falling into a snake pit is my worst nightmare. I got to go beehive and just kind of take the torture for 15 minutes of getting the shit stung out of me. Because an hour in a snake pit, fuck me. that would
Your
be
arm,
terrible.
and if it's your left arm, I mean, you could die, bro. What are the chances that you die in a snake pit?
Wait a minute.
Right arm is completely good.
Wait a minute.
What, the left arm, bro? The left arm?
The right arm.
What if you
the
put
right
your
arm
left?
is cool.
So if you put your
Right
left
is
arm,
cool. Left arm, you're fucked.
Wait,
I mean,
what?
not entirely. I
Wait,
just
what?
feel like I feel like your left arm, you're fucked.
Why
And-
your
and-
left one?
What do they say about the left arm? It's the what Nick? What's the physiology about the left arm?
There's none.
Oh, it's the
That's
left leg.
side.
It's the
On
left
the
leg,
left
right?
side.
My bad. Take me out. Take me out.
That's what
By
they
the
say
way,
about-
I'll probably die from the.
That's what they say about the left arm. It's on the left side of your body.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
I think it was the first time that somebody has. Oh, wait, is this the first time John has been in the penalty box today?
Yeah.
At first, you went in the penalty. For a second there, I thought this was the first time that I have not been the leader of the penalty box. But I'm just tied. I'm just tied with you guys today.
You're tied, which is pretty remarkable because you lead the league by far. You were definitely the league leader in penalty boxes. But where are you going? You going with the snake pit for an hour? Oh my god, I get the shivers just thinking about the
So
snakes, sneaky serpents.
So I got a
devil.
question. Do I get thrown into the snake box?
You fall into a snake pit.
Or am I in the box already and the snakes fall on me?
No, that you fall into the snakes.
Because I feel like if the snakes fall on me, like I could just lay there completely still.
But
and
that's
nothing
not
would
what
happen.
that's not what I said. Though.
But I feel like if I fall in, they're gonna get pissed.
They're gonna be so.
Izzy, you got. I'm looking for it and I can't find it. I'm distracted right now and I can't find it. But Izzy had a good one. Izzy, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. She had a good one.
I
What?
thought we were supposed to get Izzy's. No. We're supposed to get Izzy's to use on the show,
Yeah.
not to be an additional one.
Yes, and I failed it miserably. But
Yes.
she's just got to
Izzy-
she's got to put it in there because I want to use her.
This goes against every rule we have.
I can't find
does
it. I
break the
can't
rule.
find it right now. It's I can't find it.
We made strict rules last week.
So Nick, you are walking along in the woods and you fall into a snake pit with thousands of snakes, not poisonous. So if you get bit, you're not going to die.
Yeah. I would probably put my hand in the beehive because I feel like
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I feel like if you did it, I'm not allergic to bees. And I feel like if you did it slow enough and calm enough, they might not.
Oh, you're sticking your fucking foreign ass arm, your fucking hairy ass arm into a
There's people
beehive.
that do
It
it.
was never there, dude.
I've seen people do that. I've seen people go barehanded and stick their.
Yeah,
Stick around.
1994 field trip to Tampiel.
Yeah, you also.
I've seen somebody.
missed out.
I feel like I've seen somebody stick their hand in a beehive and like pull out like a honeycomb that's like covered in bees.
Thanks, Scott. You're losing that
Yeah.
hand, bro. You're losing the hand. Forget it.
You're gonna get the shit bit out of you by snakes. And I got news for you. Even if you don't get the shit bit out of you, they'll probably strangle your ass. The kind that don't bite, they fucking squeeze.
Relax,
Either way,
bro.
they'll bite you
Relax.
and they'll squeeze you.
I'm going with
You'll
the
be
snake.
like, you'll be like one of those, like, you ever see that thing with like the hippopotamus, like, or like an alligator, like a snake throws it up. You'll be like one of those things. You'll be in the snake's stomach bulging out. Like I said, if they just dump the snakes on me, I'll just lay there still. But if I have to fall in, I don't want to do that.
Nick, read this out loud.
Would you rather for life give up lighting up John about the 49ers, have to become a lifetime supporter of the 49ers, or a lifetime LeBron James fan having to I hate LeBron James, and no.
She knows that. That's why she proposed this.
Yeah. I would rather no, I'll never support LeBron James. I hate LeBron James with a passion. John messing with John about the 49ers and not just the 49ers, anything else, it just brings a little bit of joy to me. But LeBron, I can't stand.
I'm going with the snakes, guys. I'm not doing bees. I'm not getting stung. I'm not getting stung for an endless amount of time. 15 minutes, bro. That would be like forever. Look at this asshole. This asshole is sticking his arm in there like he's going to pull out a prize. He's such an idiot.
You think you're gonna lose? You think you'll lose your hand?
Fuck yeah, bro.
I mean, if you get stung enough, I don't know if you'd lose your hand, but it could definitely kill you because
No, Izzy, the snakes are not poisonous.
that is venom that's being pumped into you by the bee stings.
Fuck.
That's these near death things are really disruptive. Like I might have nightmares tonight.
I feel like if you go really slow into the beehive, you'll be fine.
Man, falling into a snake pit would be, and I really have.
Yeah,
a
but
fear
if
of
you
snakes.
remain calm, they're just going to slither around you, maybe
Oh,
over
shit.
you, maybe
You
on.
fell
you.
into them.
It's going to be like a 6-foot drop into them, like a cannonball into these snakes.
All right, so I mean, you might upset them a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah.
remain calm. Don't
Bite the
move.
shit out of
Probably bite you a couple times.
you. Bite
I'd
the
probably
shit
get-
out of you, squeeze your ass.
I'd probably get bit before I even landed on them. Like they'd be jumping up to get my.
They don't jump, but at the end of the day, if you fall in and you chill out, if you take Nick's, if Nick thinks he's going to stick his hand slowly into a beehive, first of all, his luck. He wouldn't even get his hand into me. Look at him, Tony. Look at him, dude. He's freaking me out. Dude,
He did it so slow. He did it so slow. I didn't even see him doing it.
Nick gets stung twice before he gets out of the car.
Oh man, I'm glad this Would You Rather was a little harder to choose than the previous one.
Dude, Scott's been bit by a snake. Not that bad.
Yeah, but there's like.
Yeah, but Scott, have you fell into a pit of fucking snakes?
No, he hasn't fallen into a pit of snakes. Most people don't fall into pits of snakes.
Listen, I got news for you. I've been bitten. I've been stung by a bee.
Yeah, I got stung by a bee.
It wasn't that bad. I haven't been stung by thousands.
But how many bees, though? And for 15 minutes, it's just like they're just protecting the queen, so they're just going to attack your arm. It's just going to be like endless. And you're going to swell and probably break out into fucking hives. Your eyes might swell shut. It may not just be in the arm. I mean, I imagine there's going to be some trauma to the rest of your body from all those stings.
Yeah, but hopefully it's not your left arm.
Next to your left arm, you're fucked. Right? You can do that. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Oh my God. You know what, dude? Now that I think about it, remember Nick? Remember I got stung like a week before I had this allergic reaction and I went to the doctors about it. Remember I had those hives in my eyes. Remember that?
Mm-mm.
Remember you came over and you were like, you're having an allergic reaction. And I was like, no shit. Right? I understand that. My eyes are swelling shut. I've got these hives everywhere. And they were blotches all over me. Remember that? I go to the doctor and he tells me that I had a reaction to the bee stings because I got stung like 2 or 3 times. You remember that?
I remember you telling me something about it. I think that was like when I had a shit ton of days of work in a row. So I didn't actually get to see it.
Dude, I was weed whacking at my old house, right? I was weed whacking at the old house and I went by the in-ground grill and inside that grill was a nest and I walked in between that grill and a little tree and they came out like a fucking fury, bro. And they were swarming me and I was like trying to get away, stung me once or twice in the leg and once in the arm. And my dog, Gemma, was eating the bees that were swarming me. She was like protecting me as I was getting swarmed. She was stung in the face a few times. So later that night, I had a reaction a little bit. Everything was fine. But a week after that, bro, I broke out in like hives and shit. My eyes were swelling shut. My cheeks were a little bit swollen, but nothing crazy. My arms and my legs and my chest and my back were covered in an allergic reaction. And I was eating Benadryl like fucking chiclets and nothing was happening. And Nick was like, "Oh, it's okay. It's going to be fine. Just eat the Benadryl and you're going to be okay." It wasn't okay. They were getting worse. Fun fact.
Sounds like sound medical advice.
You know what, Nick? Jesus Christ, bro. You're like the most monotone nurse there ever was, bro. It sounds like some sound advice. 2 hours, 24 minutes. Jesus, we have been rolling tonight.
Then we got a couple tangents.
And everybody stuck with us for the most part.
That 49ers tangent was pretty bad. Nick, John, I hope you didn't lose any street cred from the 49ers fans.
Yeah, but I mean, whoa. Take me back. What was the worst thing I said? I didn't want the front office fired. I wasn't angry about that. I was basically just getting you guys caught up from 2017 to now. I was explaining to you the deficiencies of Jimmy G and how he holds back the offense. I said that we flirted with Tom Brady in the offseason. What was the worst thing I said that would upset my fans? Some are Jimmy G supporters, and they may or may not. But I think for the most part, everybody that chills with us in here.
I don't think he said anything that anyone should be upset over.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick. I mean, that's like the nicest thing you've said in the last 2 weeks.
You're welcome, John.
You know what, John?
I think I upset my friend Denise, and I feel terrible, and it's bothered me because I don't know what specifically upset her, but I'm going to take care of that off camera, and everything's going to be fine.
I think everything's going to be fine. You 49ers fans are like a family. Like I view our subscribers on our show. 49ers fans are a family. You stick together. And I think everything's going to be just fine between you and Denise.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
Oh,
Your heart is true.
You're a pal and a confidant.
Izzy, I just followed you. I didn't realize you followed me. I didn't realize you. Did you just do that 2 hours ago? Okay. I just haven't checked my Twitter since then, so.
I'll tell you what, if we don't get copyrighted on this episode, I'm going full blown. I'm back, baby. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell we don't get copyrighted on this shit.
Oh my God, dude. I think if we keep it under a certain amount of time, we're cool. And I think where we went wrong the last time we got the copyright strike, I believe that it was
that copyright strike? Was that George Michael?
It was George. No. I think it was
Careless Whisper.
Huh?
Yeah.
Careless Whisper, because I feel like you played that for quite a long time.
Careless Whisper.
And na 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 na.
Yeah, but there's some songs that are there are some that are okay to use. We just don't have that list.
Yeah, we'll never.
Did you guys get
YouTube makes it complicated anyway. But I think if it's short, I think we're cool.
Did you guys get flagged for the Lil Wayne song?
Could have.
What Lil Wayne song?
Didn't you guys have to play a Lil Wayne song or something like that?
He did, but I don't think it was long enough that we got a strike for it.
Okay.
If you remember, we got quite a we had Tony. How many songs were in that one? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah, we only got flagged for 2 of them.
We only got flagged for 2 of them.
And we haven't been flagged since, and I've been playing the shit out of stuff. So,
but you've kept it short.
Yeah,
kept it short.
Or we might have a snitch out there.
No, we don't have a snitch out there.
We're gonna have a snitch out there amongst us.
I actually don't know if anybody was even watching us that day. I don't even know if we had a crowd at that time.
I think that was the Dion show.
It was the Dion show.
That might have been one of the biggest
Izzy
shows.
was there that show. Havoc was there that show or not? No, he didn't come along till afterwards. I still haven't heard from Havoc. Do you think we pissed him off somewhere along the way?
No, Havoc's pretty chill.
He seems pretty chill.
Havoc was awesome. Havoc was awesome last night. We clicked him in, sitting there smoking cigs. I was like, man, that Havoc is cool. He's cooler than I thought he was. It's my boy. I hope he comes back and joins us. You guys have any final thoughts? We need to wrap this up. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
If you have final thoughts, Tony, fire it off real quick.
Nope, I'm good.
My final thoughts are to each and every one of you that stuck it out with us for 2 hours and 30 minutes nearly. Thank you. I cannot, dude, on behalf of all 3 of us, you guys are phenomenal. And it is awesome having you guys. Scott, I thank you for the kind words, brother. He has messaged me, guys. He's told me that he loves the show. He loves that it's original and raw and it's chill and we're goofy and fun and we don't mind getting attacked by insects. It's good, bro. And I thank you guys. Izzy, always thank you. You have been a pillar. You have been out there pushing the channel, sharing kind words about Tony, Nick, and I. it's our pleasure, you guys. We love doing this as much as you guys enjoy coming on. So thank you guys so much for everything you do, because if you haven't noticed, you guys interacting with us has helped the viewers. We've gotten more views. I'm getting good feedback. To any Niner fan listening, if I've offended you today, I'm sorry. I was just trying to catch these guys up on the last few years. I meant no harm by it. I promise. I was just trying to explain the different angles of fans and the Niners, and it is what it is. Like, I wasn't trying to. I fully support my team. I love my team more than anybody can. These guys know. I bleed this shit. I wear this daily. I mean, I don't even wear anything that doesn't say Niners on it. You guys, thank you for everything. Tony, Nick, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been a long time, and I enjoyed it.
Nico?
Honestly, just glad to have football back in my life. I'm glad to pick up my phone and look at my fantasy lineups. I'm glad to scout players that I think might be a potential impact. It feels like life is right again, you know? And I want to thank all you for joining us and staying with us till 1:15.
Yeah, the only thing I really have is
Oh, put me in cold. I'm ready to play today.
fucking love that. John
Dude,
said it best. I want to really thank everyone. We've been shooting up subscribers lately. We were kind of hung there for a while, and we're starting to shoot up again. Appreciate everyone watching. I truly this is like my family. You know, we get to escape life for a while, hop on, talk some sports, talk some shit, talk some life, and I hope we entertain each and every one of you that tunes in and watches us. It's fun, and I hope you all are having fun. And that's all I got, guys. Anything else?
Good.
That's it, guys.
On to
All
week 2.
On the week 2. Till next time. We'll see you next week on the Locker Room Rant. Oh, Sunday. Don't forget Sunday. We're gonna try to keep that going. That Sunday night recap show.
I'll be there this Sunday. I'm gonna miss every other Sunday. So
All right.
Like every other week.
I'm up to it. I think it was a good time, Tony. I'll talk to some friends and see if anybody wants to jump on real quick with us, and just come on and just tell us what they thought, and let's do it, guys. I like it.
Yeah, it was a good time. Hop on if just like shooting the shit about what you saw on Sunday. Email us. We get that the locker room rant at gmail.com.
you'll get your piece of me, Izzy. You'll get your piece of me on Sunday.
And make sure if you're bored, you tune in to us on Sunday night for our recap show. And again, if you want to be on the recap show, send us that email, the locker room rant at gmail.com. Let us know your contact information. John will reach out to you, send you the link, get you on the show, and you can talk some shit with your boys. Until then, we'll see you next time on the Locker Room Rant.
Later.